What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the madness that is crossover breakers. And we're not just talking TCG pre-sale locked prices that are barely competitive, driving people wild and insane on singles. We're talking about it on sealed, and it is slowly coming down in price, but that's also because the recent offerings were 10% bonus bucks back, where that's like $8 on a box in bonus bucks, but people are still also spending sales tax. So look through how much of this actually ended up selling. I was clicking through and was just shocked to see the number of boxes moving here, and sometimes entire cases worth at $90 a box, and now the lowest listings are around $86, but then tax. So with this set, there's a couple interesting things going on. For the first time in years, I'm hearing the word allocation. What does that mean? It means you don't get all the boxes you ordered, and Tier 0's experiencing that. And they already knew coming in, so they had to do their pre-sales in waves. They're sold out of the sealed here and in terms of cases, and that means the EU print in general probably is not going to be as populated as a normal set, and that means singles might be a lot wilder of a ride, as these decks are ultra popular in the OCG. RYZEAL and MALISS are just taking over, and I do want to emphasize, I don't like saying to shop with FOMO, but the pre-sale selling out here how they did, and this also being an access point to worldwide, like South America highly relies on sites like this, I think that a lot of places are going to suffer just trying to get these kinds of cards, and they might end up in real nosebleed prices in different situations. It's going to be an insanely wild ride to watch its opening couple of weeks. I do predict, as with any set, we'll see a couple of buyouts, maybe a few more, and the quarter century secret rare chase aspect to this, with 4 ultra rares on average per box, with the collector QCR replacing some. Apparently, I don't know how it exactly works, but most people are reporting 4 ultras per box. I feel like Konami's done just enough of trying to get this set over the hill with cards that really matter, that people are once again taking interest in the sealed. I'm seeing questions in my Discord, should I go sealed? And people are like, well, it really depends what you're after, and if you could have gotten it at a better price than this, yes. Also with pre-sales, a lot of criticism was there on the prices, and I don't think it took into account a deck building set being able to be successful in terms of prices, right? Like, I think Gamer's Choice typically is good at seeing ahead, and they probably anticipated a bit of hype because people were kind of criticizing how if you added these two up that it seemed really greedy versus the amount pulled. It doesn't take into account that, wait, the boxes could be much higher in demand for the set, especially with how they typically fall on their face, like Tactical Masters with Runic and Labyrinth not being able to do it together. Yet here, that just bit of difference in the set really seems to be putting it over the hill. Let me know what you think of crossover breakers as well as these decks. I don't think RYZEAL can really be overhyped. I really don't, but MALISS, I think, could be overhyped to a large degree, and I think those prices might fluctuate more than people will think in terms of not only coming down and then how the buyouts might get affected, similar to Live Twins and their impact within their metagame run. Also, Gamer's Choice on their other site is continuing to list stuff and have 10% off, so be checking back in for Cyber Week over on gamerschoice.com. The pre-sales are on gamerschoicepreorder.com. 2 different sites. I know that can be a bit confusing, and you can still use code What'sGood5 for 5% off and to support the channel directly over here on pre-orders. Now, looking around, some people in my Discord started to notice almost every mid-max rarity from Rarity Collections on some important cards are starting to go. Not just Rarity Collection 1. Check out Imperm right here. Platinum and QCR. That's what we're usually looking at, right? But look at this. The Ultimate Rare is sneaking up. And not the OTS ulti, the Platinum ulti. Oh, and the Collector Rare, both towards 15, and with Imperm, every single one's a bit expensive, right? But let's also look around. Ash Blossom, Ultimate Rare up in price, 21 quantities, and the Collector Rare is also pushing up a bit, and the Platinum Secret's on buyout mode. So with a lot of these, it feels like people are just jumping, oh, the quarter century secret rare's gone up, go for the platinum. Oh, the platinum's gone up, start going for the other mid-max. And I've been saying how nice it is to have all these options for so long, cheap, but they're only going to last so long. That's why I really liked them while they were cheaper. And you're still going to have the secret rare, easy access, under $10, right? Oh, wait, it's starting to go towards 10 too. But Ultimate Slayer here. We've seen the quarter century secret rare buyout. We've seen the platinum start to move. What's this? Out of rarity 2, prismatic collector rare and prismatic ultimate. 7 listings, 18 listings, up in price towards $10, $5. People are doing this with all the staple-ish cards. Triple Tactics Talent going back to rarity 1 here. We see movement on the Plat Secret, 14 listings, but also less listings on the Prismatic Ultimate Rare, 13 listings. Prismatic Collector Rare, 18. So it seems like people are starting to sweep out and go for mid-max versions on all of these staples. And I've mentioned before, Triple Tactics just has so many of them, but it makes sense because the Ultra Rare even is starting to push $8, right? So why wouldn't I have spent $2 more and gone for that Collector Rare or gone for that Ultimate Rare instead? Well, Artifact Lancia, that's a tech for the upcoming format. It is seeing some of its extra versions, like the Prismatic Collector Rare, I believe. Yes, here it is, 16 listings. It's starting to go after the Platinum Secret has already jumped up in price. And then Solemn Judgment, just a ton of different versions of this have been going, but here's the Plat Secret. You can see it's on buyout mode after we already covered the quarter century secret rare. And there goes, that's actually a Maze of Memories collector rare, so that would be much harder to pull. But yeah, Platinum Secret just absolutely going, and it feels like after that you'll start to see some of the other copies start to go. Book of Eclipse, similar. This is to take on RYZEAL and pretty good in the format. We're starting to see 35 listings on that Prismatic Collector Rare. So if this trend continues, it's probably good to get yours sooner than later using that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying, to be able to get these cheaper while you still can, because it feels like there's a huge rush at them and they're not necessarily going to repopulate the easiest. Well, it's their first rodeo and buyout, unlike the Platinums and the quarter century secret rares. If this does continue and people go for it 2 or 3 times, then it's going to struggle and it'll be format dependent. So it'll be all about, are you picking this up for now? Are you going to be getting rid of it at the WCQ? And we're going to enter those more normal market fluctuations than people just clutching onto these forever like some of the quarter century secret rares. They will be their own independent market. Blue Eye Spirit Dragon Platinum Secret's another one that I was looking at because other versions of it are starting to go, but it too has skyrocketed after its QCR. Molcharmy Fulos actually has its first upward movement in a while for its quarter century secret rare, back towards 400 after Cyber Monday. Dark Magician Girl Dual Terminal 6, kind of nice to talk about one that's just not the bonanza, but yeah, it's been bought out to the tune of $30 freaking lowest listed, and most of the sales were under 20, but you can see even a couple of them sold out over 20. I feel like with this, they're just gonna end up quarter century secret raring every version in Stampede though, maybe, or doing a couple of more, because they're not out of Dark Magician Girls, and if I was Konami, I'd do it, so maybe. You never can predict with Konami, but it is pretty bold to go for this and to continue to extend the Dark Magician Girl collections and go for those cards, as you know, the Bonanza copies would actually encourage people to go do so. And that goes along with that trend without necessarily the foresight of Stampede. Light Dragon at Ignister Super Rares are plenty of them on the market. However, they are starting to go up and skyrocket in price. They're about $1 card now. They were quarters. So you might want to get this if you just want access to the card for rank 4 good stuff. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these conversations. I like to try to get those different snapshots and looks around the market while also talking a bit of market theory, because I think it's super important when we're talking about, you know, ultra rare deck building sets that historically haven't done the hottest, even when they're red hot, look like $65 boxes. This one's different, and it likely will perform differently because of it. It is just on another level, but it very well could end up that it doesn't manage to dig out of that hole even with the slightly better ratios and QCRs, but I certainly am leaning towards the thought that it's going to. And I want to hear your thoughts. Am I wrong? Am I right? Because as long as I've been around this rodeo, I can still easily be wrong, and it's all speculation when it comes down to it.